She's saying that she called the police and we have to wait for the police.
Hello, family. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Make Africa Great again. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. Listen, I'm going to get right into it. I got something that I want to talk to you guys about. As you can see from the title, racism in South Africa. Yo, I thought I left America to not deal with this. So as you guys know, I've been in South Africa over a year now. And for the most part, it's been a great journey. I've met great people. I've learned a lot about different cultures, whether it be the Zulus to the Xhosas, and just meeting different cultures, learning different things. I will say majority of my time in South Africa has been a great experience. I was living in Johannesburg, as you guys know, and I've relocated to Port Elizabeth. Now, Port Elizabeth is a little different than Johannesburg. It's nice, it's quiet, it's peaceful, but it's just different. So, I'm gonna get right into it and let you guys know my problems with Port Elizabeth. Okay, so listen, here in Port Elizabeth, I'm staying in Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is an area where it is majority, how do I say, whites, and you have a few blacks here and there in Mount Pleasant. It's a pretty nice area, and so my first incident was when I went to a local bar here in Mount Pleasant, where it's majority of white people that go to this bar, and I went there to get a drink. So I sat outside in the area, and was waiting for the server to come get me drinks. She didn't come get me drinks. She went to every other table except mine. So I waited about 15 minutes. Then I went inside and spoke to the bartender and said, "Hey, uh, are you guys serving outside?" And he says, "Yes. She hasn't came to you. I've seen you out there." I said, "No, she hasn't come to me. I'm waiting for her to come to me. Whenever she can come to me, I would appreciate it." And as soon as I walked into this bar, it was just like I felt like I didn't belong there, which is very strange with me being in Africa, that I felt like I didn't belong in this bar, right? So she finally comes to me. She apologized. She saw me. I guess she just didn't really want to serve me. So, that was just one little incident that I dealt with. And, I brushed it off because I once was a server. And, sometimes you just happen to maybe overlook other tables. So I brushed it off. I had my one drink. I tipped her and I left. So now about 2 days ago, I went to this Chinese shop where they sell, bread, drinks, whatever, chips, whatever you want to get from there. So I was there trying to buy myself some candy. So the candy's in the front by the register, and a white gentleman, happened to be behind me. And while I was debating on what little candies I wanted to buy, I told the gentleman behind me to go right ahead. So he proceeds to go on, gets his pack of cigarettes, pays, and the Asian lady says, "Thank you, have a good day." So then I finally grab my candy, and she's just looking at me, whatever. Give her my candy, and I proceed to pay. And then she turns, and when I get my change back, she drops it on the counter, and that's fine. So after I grab my change and I'm about to make my way out, I was just waiting on a "thank you, have a good day." So I look and I said, "Oh, I can't get a thank you." She goes on and says, "I don't need your money." What? I'm like, "What do you mean? I don't need your money. I don't care for you coming here." And I said, "So I can't get a thank you, and this is how you're going to talk to a customer, because I'm just asking to get the same treatment that you gave this gentleman in the store." So she says, "You know what? I don't have time to argue with you. Fuck off." I said, "Excuse me." She says, "You heard me. Fuck off." So now her husband proceeds to come from around the back because he hears a commotion. And he comes out, and I said, "Hey, you gonna let your wife talk to me like this? This is how you guys treat your customers?" He says, "I don't care what you have to say. Like she said, fuck off." So I said, "Yo, do you realize this is South Africa? Do you realize that you guys are guests in this country? Do you realize that you should show me the same respect that you showed that white gentleman, because I'm not doing anything illegal in here and I'm giving you my money the same way he gave you your money, and you have an audacity to treat me like I'm just a nobody. So after I said that, the husband now, he proceeds to just get more of an attitude and says, like she said, we don't need your service here, and like she said, you can fuck off. So at this point, they say leave, and I said I have no problem leaving, but I will tell you one thing: don't disrespect me. And you guys come to this country and don't show the native people to this country respect, and that's a problem. So now the wife is starting to get annoyed because I'm voicing my opinion and I'm not just going to allow people to talk to me any type of way. She proceeds to go to the front gate and tries to lock me in there, and she wants to now call the police and cause a big scene. So I told her, please don't lock me in here. I'm going to leave, but I'm just letting you guys know this behavior is not acceptable and that you guys are visitors in this country and you can go back to China if you're not going to show us respect. So now I proceed to leave. People in the store are looking. I'm causing a big commotion. I didn't want to cause a commotion. But I want to say this to my brothers and sisters in South Africa. They say this is a rainbow nation, right? That is what they say, rainbow nation. What I'm noticing about this rainbow nation is that a lot of black people happen to be at the bottom of the rainbow. I see the Indians. I see the Chinese people. I see a lot of people doing better than majority of the black people. You do have a few black people here in South Africa that are doing good for themselves, but it's not enough. And what I've seen from living in South Africa is that the Chinese people and the Indian people don't really respect the black people. They don't respect the people of this land. And why I'm voicing this is because I left America to get more respect in South Africa, because this is supposedly our land. And I can't tell you how many times I've been in America where I've had white people tell me to my face, go back to Africa. We don't want you in America. Go back to your country. So when I finally come back to my country, I can't believe to come back home and I'm still dealing with disrespect, but not at the same level as I dealt with in America. But I'm still dealing with disrespect here in South Africa. For me, it's not acceptable. And this is what we do in America. When people disrespect us, when people don't show us respect, we record them. We record them and we call these people out to let them know that we will no longer tolerate any more disrespect. So I plan on doing the same thing. I'm going to go back to that store with you guys, record myself so you can see the store here in PE, so you can see these Chinese people, and we need to boycott this store and remind these Chinese people that this is not their country and that they need to show black people, the native people of this country, the same respect that they show white people. And so I wanted to share that because what I'm noticing in these nicer areas here in Port Elizabeth, that is majority white people. And I realized the reason why she said I don't need your service is because she has white people coming to her store and she really doesn't care if I come or not. But we must remember to show people like this when they have this respect, that this is not their country. And they must respect you in your country, because if they don't respect you guys in South Africa, they're going to come here and do the things that they're doing to us black Americans in America. So I plan on going back to this store, showing you guys what happened and approaching this lady and letting her know that her behavior is not acceptable. So I'll be back with you guys. I'm going to shoot this video and I'm going to show you guys the store, these people who dealt with me, and we need to boycott this store and let them know that it's not acceptable for them to not give us the same treatment and respect that they show others. All right, you guys, I'm out. All right, you guys, I'm at the store, which I told you guys about right here. The name of the store is Tasso's Supermarket, and it's on Buffalo Road in Port Elizabeth. This is where I dealt with these people who were really rude and being nasty to me for no reason. But it's all good. I'm gonna show you these people. We're gonna go in there and ask them. I'm just gonna ask them, yo, why can't I get a thank you? And you guys for yourself can see how nasty these people are for yourself. All right, let's check it out. Hello, sir. You remember me the other day? Do you remember me? I was just coming to ask you. I was the customer the other day when I was asking you guys why can't I get a thank you? I just wondered why did you guys tell me to fuck off? Huh? What did you say? Talk to her? No, I'm talking to you.
Don't talk to me. I don't know you.
I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to figure out why they told me to fuck off, and now they still don't want to talk to me. I was just trying to figure out why. You hear me? Excuse me? I was just asking him why the other day did you tell me to fuck off when I asked you to just say thank you? So this is in South Africa. I hope you guys see the racism, and this is what I'm talking about. And we can't support these kind of establishments because they don't respect us here. All right, so I hope you guys saw that for yourself. They didn't really want to talk to me when I went in the store. They once again told us to wait in the store because they were going to try to call the police on me like I did something wrong. But the bigger point is why I'm doing what I'm doing and what I'm saying to other fellow South Africans. If somebody's being racist, if somebody's not showing you respect, you guys need to nip that in the bud right away. Why? Because we don't want South Africa to turn into America. And we have to challenge the people who come to this country, the visitors who come here, to show respect to the fellow South Africans. So I'm glad you guys got to see that for yourself. I'm not a confrontational person. I wasn't trying to create confrontation. I'm not trying to get views. I just don't want to see racism in the motherland because I've experienced enough racism in America. So we got to nip that in the bud. We got to go record racist people and let them know that this behavior is not tolerated and the apartheid era is over. All right, so I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and let's come together to make Africa great again. All right, I'm out, you guys.